Brothers and sisters, mothers and misters, bunions and blisters, I'd like to welcome you to the garage home of the worldwide mechanics. I'm your lead mechanic, Mr. Mech Rashawn. Do me a favor, you know how it goes. Hit them likes, hit them subs. That's how you show your boy love. Dwayne Martin, what up? Bro, come on. What else? What else was I going to be doing today? L, what up? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Come on in here. L, thank you. Holding Big Sugar down. Hit them likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Yeah. First thing, Tiffany Blue, I see you. It's I mean, look, if you've been rocking with me, sincerely rocking with me, you know damn well I'm a Knicks fan first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. You've ever tuned in to my expert opinion, there's a good chance you saw me up there beefing. Because as a lifelong New York Knicks fan, I've suffered through horrible teams, horrible players, piss poor efforts, terrible coaching, awful management. And I never decided I wasn't going to root for my team. So when I see fair weather fans pulling up, I have a problem with that. We used to beef all the time on the show, just because certain people want to wear Brooklyn Nets gear, and I remind them that I'm a Knicks fan. And we get Brunson, and now all of a sudden they want to start talking about. I think I might be a Knicks fan again. Nah, stay over there. Stay over there. Well, how you gonna root for losers? That shows me your mentality. That shows me your mentality. No one man is bigger than the franchise. The franchise is what I root for. I don't root for players. I didn't follow LeBron around because I'm not a LeBron James fan. If anything, I was a supporter of the Lakers, but I'm a New York Knicks fan first, second, and third. I want my team doing good no matter what happens. So, but you see what happens. You get me started on this tangent. I never come down. Let's get into this Dipset thing. DJ all day. I never saw Dipset as a fad. I can't disrespect them like that. They had a legit movement going on. There are people from out of, and I say that because um I travel fairly often. Not as much as I used to. Definitely not as much as I used to. Oh, Smoke Kill for life. I'm a Mavs fan who was sick the day we cut him. Oh, the day y'all lost Brunson. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Um, Indian good night. Okay, salute from India. Respect. Assuming that's what you mean. Salute to India. If you're from, hey, listen. I don't think we have any Indian mechanics. I don't think we have a mechanic that's based out of India. You should subscribe. Hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. You should subscribe. I would love to have more of a I would love to have more reach and just know what you guys are doing around there. I love to hear about hip hop in those areas. So please, I endorse all of the mechanics from every angle. I endorse mechanics from all corners of the globe. But back to Dipset. Um, uh, the Knicks had Strickland, traded him ever since then. Son, I hated him. Yeah, you know what? I get you, DJ. I get that line from Bloody Money, but then stay over there. Stay over there. Go over there. I'm not a Rod Strickland fan. I'm a fan of the team that the Knicks put on the floor. I'm a Knicks fan. Uh, I can support Strickland, but still be a Knicks. I loved Kobe, but when he played against the Knicks, I wanted him to L. I wanted us to win. That's all I mean. Um, Not a fan, but I rock with the whole team, bro. That's all I can ever ask for. That's all I can ever ask for. Even if you're not a fan, just don't talk about your house. Don't do that. Like, just keep your mouth. Just be quiet when it comes to us. I can't even get off the Knicks because I'm trying to get back to Cam and Jim. Listen, real quick. Jim is challenging Cam to a versus allegedly over some backdoor deals that Cam made during the verses, the Dipset versus the Locks versus where they got absolutely washed. Miss B, we need you here to mod it, make it spicy. Yeah, Big Sugar definitely is always necessary when we start going back and forth on stuff like this. Hit the likes, hit the subs. Thank you, L. Hit the likes, hit the subs. Check this out. I don't want to believe Dipset is done, and I'm going to tell you why. Even though I'm an optimist, I'm an optimist, and I'm admitting that right now. Sometimes naive optimism, levels of optimism, I've been accused of having, no doubt. Um, but let me explain to you why I don't want to believe Dipset is done. Dipset after Locks versus Dipset. Dipset is barred from versus activity. Yo, bro, I hear you. I hear you. Um, Give him time. Tiffany Blue, I hear you. Listen, hear me out. Hear me out. Let me get comfortable. Hold on. Let me get comfortable. Hear me out. My father, shout out to my pops, rest in peace. My father told me there are four unforgivables in life, right? If no one ever violated somebody's kids, violated somebody's wife, sent somebody to jail, or took somebody's life, it can be worked out. It's instantly not that serious. It can be figured out. Hell, you stupid. Not those locks and talk about LOA. Yeah, you stupid. Y'all are the best. Um, Four unforgivables. Violate somebody's kids, violate somebody's wife, send somebody to jail, take somebody's life. Those are the four unforgivables. I'm pretty sure he meant for that to rhyme. Um, in other words, those are the four things that someone can do that can't be, because they're mostly things you can't take back. You understand? Notice money wasn't on the list because money is something that you can take back. Money is something you can give back. If I take money from somebody, I can give them back the money that I took and more. Um, some forgive taking the wife. I never said taking the wife. I said violating this. Two totally different things. If you take my wife, she wasn't my wife. If you can take it, you can keep it. Super simple. Super simple. No over explanation needed. If you can take her, you can have her because she was never mine. Knock yourself out. Congratulations. You can take her, you can have her. Easy. That ain't my wife. I don't even know that chick. Oh, you took my who? Huh? Well, I don't know that broad. Ain't my wife. My wife wouldn't have went. I don't know that chick. I specifically said violate somebody's wife. Different set of rules, different standard. That's why the language is specific. Another one of Pop's things, like I'm not using semantics. I'm using specifics. He was very big on that. Words mean things. Not getting at you at all. Not getting at you at all. I completely did where you were coming from, and that's not an insult to you at all. That wasn't a shot. Um, but I'm repeating his words back to me. You're like, I didn't say that. What did I say? And I'd have to repeat his words. And okay, well, what did that mean? Because that's not what that meant. Words mean things. You got to be specific. The fact is, those four things didn't happen with between Jim Jones. Um, yeah, you're right. You're right, L. You're right. You're right. I need to say it just so you know. I don't ever want you thinking that I'm disrespecting. I just needed to say it for me. But you're right. You're right. We absolutely do. Um, None of those four things happened between Jim Jones and Cam. None of those four things have happened anywhere inside of Dipset. Nobody sent anybody to jail. Nobody violated anybody's wife. Nobody violated anybody's kids. Nobody took somebody's life. With that on the table, with that being the fact, I'm of the belief, me personally, my belief system, I'm of the belief that it can be worked out. Nobody has gone so far that it can't be worked out. I don't know, but both sides have to want to work it out. And when it comes to something like that, I always think it's just a matter of time. You let enough time go by, those slights, they start feeling, they start shrinking. Unless you amp it up and you take it too far. But I can't believe that two very grown adult men are going to take it too far. I don't even think they'll have the opportunity to take it too far. Unless Jim decides that taking it too far is good for business. And the business is worth his peace. CJ Kid, salute. Thank you for pulling up. Hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Hit the likes and hit the subs. Oh, Flow State. Thank you, CJ. Much appreciated. CJ, I hope you're a subscriber. You sending joints. I hope you're subscribing. Flow State for 200 joules. Thank you, King. I appreciate that. I hope you're subscribing. If you're doing this, I hope you pulling up here on a regular basis. Make sure you hit the alerts, y'all, because I'm gonna be popping up randomly. I know we schedule it at 5, but things are happening around these parts, and I want y'all to be in tune. I don't want you to miss nothing. Dwayne, you're right. Cam is in a different space. I think Cam is to the point now where he's not doing anything that operates outside of his piece. I think it's a space that hustlers hit, where after so many years of hustling for the bread, you stop trading your bread for your piece. I've seen every hustler hit that point eventually. All of them, not one of them. Oh, thank you, CJ. Well, I appreciate you, King. Thank you. You're welcome to the mechanics. Thank you. If I didn't have a chance to greet you before, I'm greeting you now. Thank you for becoming a mechanic. I've seen every hustler that I've ever had any kind of interaction with. Eventually, they get to the point where their piece is more important than the bread. Does that stop them from wanting to get to the bread? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Bite your tongue. That's never a thing. Bite your tongue. However, when you've hustled so long, you've achieved a place in your life where like the hustle is automatic. Once you good, like once you gotten to the point where greed is no longer a real ill factor, and you just need to secure a bag and make sure you maintain this place in your life. Like you stop chasing the big, that you stop chasing what's over you and maintain with what you have wherever you've landed that makes you happy. Let's say you 10 million makes you happy, 20 million makes you happy, 5 million makes you happy, 3 million makes you happy. You good, you content. Once you reach that space of contentment, the hustlers I know, it's just about maintaining. It's not about excelling. They're not trying to get to 1 billion necessarily. You know what I mean? They're not trying to get to 100 million. If the opportunity comes up, sure, no problem, but that's no longer the ambition. The ambition now is maintaining peace. I see Cam as a person who's maintaining his peace. I see Jim as a person who's still chasing the incline. He's not chasing, maybe the wrong word, but he's still on the incline. He's still after more. Or he may be scrambling to maintain where he is. I don't know. I don't check people's pockets. At this point, I hope they can make peace and do some. It is what it is, and IFC collaborations with the many talented people and both have under their belt. and shows both have under their belt, they can do more to benefit. I agree. I agree. I again because and I'm an optimist. I always have been. I'm not for drama. I'm not for if you follow me on any part of my journey, you know I avoid drama. 9 times out of 10, I'm you've seen where I've had the opportunity to capitalize off drama and I've never done it. I really could have. I really B74, you know, Big Sugar, you ain't never gotta apologize. You get here when you get here. Is verses really about drama? Well, it feels like it would be for Cam. Not necessarily dramatic. Drama is in issues, but he'd be sacrificing a part of his piece to go do another verses. He's already saying he wish he had never done the first one. So now he's like he'd be sacrificing a part of his piece to go do this. And Jim is creating, he's cultivating a bit of drama by, um, Cam, we know you don't like smoke, so let's just do a verses. Like the energy is instantly hostile. It doesn't have the same, brotherhood and we doing what we do and we giving each other flowers. It doesn't have that appeal to, it doesn't have that tint to it as Jim is putting it. You know what I'm saying? So um, you know, one guy but that's all marketing. But it might not be worth it for Cam. And what I'm saying is if Jim got to a place where he was content financially, not saying he's not again, but if he got to a place where he was content, well, a place I see every hustler get to eventually, where if he was able to maintain and just keep his no, actually, Jim gives credit, just craft, good question, but Jim gives credit to Mace for teaching him how to rap. CJ, I hear you. I hear you. I don't think they're done. But according to Jim, yeah, according to Jim, according to Jim. But again, let me just run this down. Four unforgivables in life: violate someone's kids, violate someone's wife, send somebody to jail, take somebody's life. Four things that you cannot that I won't say you can't forgive those things because people are known to do anything. People's capacity for forgiveness is limitless. But those are the four justifiably unforgivable things. So if someone didn't forgive you for that, you couldn't make a case for why they should or why they need to or why they have to. There's no case that you can make for stuff like that. You dig? Calvin, what up? Good to see y'all, man. Good shout out to all the mechanics. There's no case that can be made for forgiving one of those four. If somebody decide to never forgive you for that, you just have to kind of eat that, and whatever happens after that happens. Um, excuse me, but I've seen those four things be forgiven too. Like somebody gets killed, you see their family in the courtroom forgiving them. And what I'm saying is, nothing happening between Cam and Jim is that serious. We have nothing to go on that says it's that serious between the two, between any of the members of Dipset. And there's only four of them. You know what I mean? How much a lot of drama can be generated between four separate people, but we've never heard of anything even remotely touching that between those four. Cam trolled Jimmy about the heat not too long ago. Yeah, they trolling, but like, Slade, I get you, but check this out. Brothers troll each other, brothers mess with each other. Brothers do it all. I do it to mine. It's never mean spirited. It's never meant in a way where we are entering the unforgivable territory. And for me, unforgivables are actions. It's got to be something actionable. Um, just eat a banana to troll Jim. Yo, L, you stupid. You are something's wrong with you. You are wild for that. But y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. Nothing has happened that can't be walked back, that a good, sincere conversation and apology can't fix. Yeah, exactly. B dudes is always roasting dudes. Yeah, yeah. I know you're not Slade. I'm pointing that out. I wanna keep. I'm harping on this point because my overall uh my overall thought is the boys can get it back together. And anytime we've had something as powerful and as representative as Dipset, I hate to see it gone for petty reasons. And these are petty reasons. We talking about money. We talking about Cam made a deal, did a deal behind their back and whatever. Like, yo, have the conversation, and it doesn't even have to happen on camera. We don't need to know. Y'all squash that. Y'all go ahead and squash that and do it for the betterment of everybody else. Do it for the betterment of the fans. Yeah, like there's so much a pause off between Michael Irvin and Mano. I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch that. I know a lot of people would. CJ, I don't want to watch. My God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Um. Yo. Oh, that's nasty work. That's nasty work. Take it to the streets. Do a rap battle on the corner. I don't think Jim wants that. No disrespect. I don't think Jim wants that. I don't think Jim. But, but, he might. He might. Maybe I'm speaking too soon because Jim went at Pusha, went back at Pusha. They had their little light, and Jim was swinging. So maybe I've spoken too soon. Jim was definitely getting busy. So you know, maybe he, confidence will take you a long way. Maybe his confidence tells him that he can do it. And I'm here. I'm here to see it. I mean, I don't know who's gonna win, but I'm here to see it. If they're gonna do it, count me in. I'm here to see that 100%. Um, that is off topic, push, but I don't think anybody in here is gonna assault you for that. I don't think B is gonna get at you for that. That's some oh shit. That's dope. So good for you, King. I love to see it, and I'm glad you wanted to tell us that was happening. I'm not even mad. Um, Calvin, I did see LL talking about people getting at the pioneers. I did see that clip. Thank you for that. I did see that, and L's right. I imagine he's talking about Max B having energy for Big Daddy Kane. I imagine that's what he's talking about, and I completely agree. As you know, I would. You know my philosophy around here. If you can't out rap the person, you shouldn't be talking about him. And getting at Kane for what he did in the late '80s, early '90s, when he was that guy and he was on his sex symbol stuff and everything was different. Like, and Max is shameful and embarrassing and a little corny because Max is old enough to know better. He's a grown man. He knows what Kane was doing then. And he was with it. Everybody was with it. Everybody was nothing wrong. He was Dark Gable. We all knew what he was doing. The Prince of Darkness. We all knew he was on his sex symbol. Like, chill out, chill out. I just thought that was corny. Um, yeah. So LL, insulting the pioneers. Mind you, mind you, we're the only genre that does that. It's just us. You don't hear about it in country. And granted, granted, before I even go down this tangent, just understand, I know for a fact, I truly believe that most of us in hip hop spaces are not interested enough to do deep dives into other genres of music, not just the music itself, but the culture, the talk, the atmosphere, what's in the ether, the ins and outs, the nuts and bolts, the way we do hip hop. In hip hop, we know the talk, we know who's beefing with who and why and all that other good stuff. We don't do that in rock, and that's completely understandable. We won't do that in country, pop, rock. We may hear a couple stories every once and again, but we haven't followed along to know and verify. And so cool, granted. With that said, you don't hear about the Beatles. Excuse me, you don't hear about the Rolling Stones going at the Beatles. You don't hear about Guns N' Roses going at the Rolling Stones. Like you don't hear about U2 going at Guns N' Roses. Like you understand what I'm saying? Or Guns N' Roses going at U2. You don't hear that. You don't hear them saying like you got to sit down or you corny or you need to get out the way so we can flourish. That's uniquely a hip hop trait where we believe that the spaces are finite and somebody's got to go in order for you to have the seat because you can't have your own seat. You got to get their seat. They have to get up because there's only one. So they have to get out of the way for you to do your 1-2. Um, Respect is key. R&B, you're right, but even in R&B, we look at it as corny when it happens. We don't look at it as par for the course, and we look at it as those singers have a personal problem, not necessarily a professional one. It's not like well, I sing as good as Whitney Houston, and I need her to stop making records so I can go make records and I can have that seat. And if they're not booking Whitney, then they'll be booking me. But because she's around, she gotta go. Like it always feels more personal. Like Carrie Hilson talking about, go sit down and have a baby, and everybody assumed she was talking about Beyonce. It always feels personal. It feels like something happened between them two, and now this is happening because they're not rappers, so they have to express it how they express it. Um, Now some divas do a little, but that's some divas do a little too much sometimes. Push, you're right, but that's the nature of being a diva. I've always just thought that comes with the territory. Diva's gonna diva. Sometimes they won't see eye to eye when they doing it. Yes, Nirvana and Guns N' Roses, but it was a personal thing between the bands. It wasn't like, you got to go sit down so we can have that. It was a personal thing. With us, it always feels like you'll get an insult between two rappers, and the issue is like, I got to go with him because I need that seat. A. Marie got shit for Beyonce, but that again, that's deeper than rap. That was that we can cover that another time. But yeah, you're right. You're right. I maybe I will concede when I'm wrong. Um, I'll say it's not exactly the same, but I get your point, and you have a point. Um, we make it personal with character assassin. It's hip hop is in a unique space when it comes to how we do this. Let me put it that way. The way we do things, it's unique, and it's the most destructive way that it's done, and I want us to knock it off. And when I look at Jim and Cam, I want them to knock it off because I understand how good Dipset. The idea that we may never get another Dipset anything again like that sucks, especially when it's for petty reasons. It's not for one of the four unforgivables. It's for something as small as money, and money between two people who are making money, and again, not watching pockets, but between two people. That just could have been something that they took care of offline, and maybe came to a better conclusion. Just what up? Thank you for pulling up. Um, yeah, Slade, thank you. The fans deserve a reunion. I'm just about what makes the fans happy and what makes the culture better, what enriches the culture. I do believe that Jim is just trying to get attention. Yeah, 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 yeah. Create chaos for the bread, and Cam seems to be avoiding chaos for the peace. And again, all speculation. I've never had conversations with either one of these two dudes about this specific topic. I will tell you that all for art. I will tell you that as an MC, as a cultural advocate, as a hip hop lover, I hate to see. I hate to see it. I hate to see it when good things end for petty reasons. I hate to see it, and I believe the culture deserves. I believe that the fans deserve it. I don't put it this way. I don't think it should be taken from us for reasons like this. I don't think this is the reason why we shouldn't have those things. Why we can't have nice things. If we not gonna have it, all right. But I don't think this is why. This ain't a good reason. This sucks as a reason. This sucks. This feels completely unnecessary, unwarranted, unneeded. This is a sucky ass reason for us not to be able to have nice things. Dipset, if they all went off on their own in four different directions and were making money and doing their 1-2, no problem. But the possibility, of course, grow, love, live life. But the idea that we may never get another one for reasons like this, that's a terrible reason. That's a terrible reason. Um, that's a terrible reason. I hate that money is the reason we don't get great projects from people or even the opportunity for a great project from great artists who made dope shit together. This sucks. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating to know that we don't get it because of misunderstandings, lack of communication, lack of cooperation, lack of empathy, like things that a deep phone call could solve all of this, it feels like. And when we don't get it off the strength of they just don't want to pick up a phone call, it's almost like, oh, bro, it's big. Respectfully, it's bigger than you. There are fans here. There are people who made your lives what it is. I believe that they deserve better from you than this. That's all. Knicks going to win it all, and they squash their beef at a party. I'm with all of that. That's what I'm talking about. I am with all of that. Every part of that sentence. There was no fat on that sentence. We needed every word, every syllable of that sentence. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Knicks win it all. We squashed the whole thing at the party, period. Two brothers meet in the middle of the damn parade during the Canyon of Heroes, hug it out, dap it up, and we good money. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to 9 times out of 10, Calvin gets the drop mic of the day, but I don't think he's gonna have a problem passing it to Kraft just for the day because Kraft actually dropped bars. That we gonna call that the Calvin Campbell Award. You get the Calvin Campbell Award, the mic drop award, the Calvin Campbell Award. That's exactly you get the Calvin Campbell wrench today. That's that. Let's do that. Let's make that happen. I'm here for that part. Let's do that. B74, you see it. I get amped. That's what I'm talking about right there. Shout out. And with that said, brothers and sisters, mothers and misters, bunions and blisters, this has been the Garage. We had a great hip hop talk. I'm running down into the comment section to continue this talking, and I'm going to check the game tonight to see which one of these other two teams is going to come out and have to face our boys. In the meantime, in between time, go and hang up your coveralls, hang up your tool belt. Let's get this thing off the rack and see where we at. Hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. I see the likes, and now I can do stickers and I can do super chats and all that good stuff. The page is up and moving. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I will see you guys tomorrow, God willing, at 5 p.m. If it's a little earlier, a little later. If you hit that alarm, hit that alert, you'll know when I'm pulling up and everything will work. I didn't mean for that tomorrow. Salute, salute, salute. Thank y'all for pulling up again. See you tomorrow at 5. Slade, they're always great conversations, man, because I have them with hip hop heads. I have them with thinkers, objective thinkers and hip hop heads. And you can't have a bad conversation when that's happening. So they're always going to be great, which is why I always pull up. And I hope y'all do too. I will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Until then, the garage is now closed for the evening. Everybody be safe. Peace.